Hi everyone, welcome to SlimChat. It's Tracy. Just get comfy. So today we've got lots of work going on. So if you do hear noises, it's the doors are being fitted for the front and back, which will be really nice because, well, the ones that were there they'd seen better days. They were definitely on their last hinges, not on their last legs, because doors obviously don't have legs. So that would be like a good word of the day. Why is it when I'm doing Rocks Chat I think of good movie quotes, and then when I'm doing this I think of good words of the day? Weird. It's weird. So, what to tell you? Went out yesterday, and actually we were really good. We did this little film around hobbycraft because I had to buy some yarn, and for a Christmas project that I'm making, which I hope to do into a crochet along. Yeah, went in there and had a good look round, and I wore the wrong boots again. I wore those heavy ones that really make me tired out. Anyway, it's very hilly in Maidstone, and we were only going to go to Hobbycraft and then drive to the actual centre and stay at that bit, so we weren't going to do these hills. Well, there was a yarn store that I was told about further down the hill, so I said, okay, let's go check it out. Well, they had some interesting yarns, but they were rubbish, absolutely awful. The most, well, how they make any money is just beyond me. I have no idea how they would actually make a living at all from their shop. Anyway, they really do need to work that out. But I guess they have their like little niche audience that come in for mostly fabric. But the yarns I was interested in were in the window, and there were none in the store. Well, you can't go look at them in the window. Silly things like that, really. So I just walked in, did a little scan, walked out again. That was that. So anyway, didn't buy anything, although they did have some interesting stuff. So yeah, then we walked back up that hill again, and we went in a few little shops like Lush. You know, used to hate Lush. I used to if I was ever shopping and I got whiff of a Lush store, I'd be like, walk faster, let's get away from this store. But now I love Lush, you know. But I couldn't stand the smell of it before. It was like, whoa, it's overpowering. But kind of Gary got me into it, really. Once I started trying a few of this bath bombs and bath melts. The melts are the ones I like the most. Got really into Lush. So I used to buy the hair soap bars. Oh, they were really nice. Especially there was one with ginger in it that used to make my hair lovely. And for some reason I haven't used that for a while. I have to get that back out and have a rest from the shampoo I'm using and go back to that for a while. I find that helps with your hair if you do that, you know, sometimes. If you give it a rest from its usual and mix it up a bit. So yeah, we didn't go far. We stayed in that vicinity, but I was really absolutely exhausted. And Gary kept saying, "You're not enjoying this today, are you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He went, "You look like you're really not happy." So it's not that I'm not happy. I'm just completely worn out. You know, I really don't want to walk anymore, and the car was too far away, and he still had a couple of shops to go in, so I sat outside on the benches and looked after the bags while he went in. And then we went into M&S because he's got really into their spicy rice. They're really low sin, and he buys these noodles as well that they do, like the ready-made ones, but they're really low as well. And he liked chili, I think they are chili and lime, I want to say, but not my favourite, but he likes them. I can't have the noodles anyway. But the spicy rice to me is too hot for me. I couldn't eat it. But he loves it. So he wanted to get a couple of those, and we got some fruit while we were in there. They've got this massive M&S that's been built by this huge Next. So I didn't go in Next because I was just too exhausted. But I went through the M&S, and they had a Snoopy jump. Well, it's actually a sweatshirt. A Snoopy sweatshirt I was really tempted to get because although it was a sweatshirt, it was one of those thin ones, you know, and I'm not really into thick materials. I can't stand being over hot, but I like to be warm enough when you're out. It was freezing yesterday, and I wore my big scarf that I made last year, and I took my big coat just in case I needed it, but I wore my shacket and I was okay. I think if it had been any colder, it would have definitely been for the coat. But I knew I'd be inside most of the time, you know, in the actual centre. That's where we were mostly concentrating. But I was really, really worn out by the end of it. And Gary kept thinking I was upset about something, but I was probably, you know, it's just kind of like like a walking zombie. So I wasn't upset at all, just a zombie. So when we come home, Gary made dinner, and I sat and crocheted for a while to recuperate after I'd made tea and fed the cat and all the stuff you have to do. So yeah, that was yesterday. But the really good thing about it was we were starving, and I mean absolutely starving, and yet we didn't go and eat out once. Not one thing passed our lips in those shops. We passed muffin coffee shops, we passed Greg's with all their lovely sausage rolls. There was a Nando's there. To be honest, we don't like that Nando's. It's a rubbish Nando's. So, but there's all sorts of places to go get food everywhere, and we didn't do it. You know, we went home and we made our own Nando's. We had chicken, and I had some dairy-free halloumi cheese, which Gary didn't like, but I didn't mind. And yet I don't like that fake cheese taste, because it's made with coconut, you know, mostly. And he said, this doesn't taste like cheese, it tastes like coconut. I said, does it? I never taste the coconut in these things, but then my taste buds are off. So I couldn't taste coconut, but I did like it, funnily enough. I don't like most of the stuff that I get, and so I'm not buying any more of these fake cheeses. They're just horrible. But that, didn't mind it, but we won't be getting again. So I didn't eat too much anyway, and I had Gary had the savoury rice, which was blow my head off, so I had chicken rice. So that was we had a nice dinner, but we waited, which was good, you know, because we could have easily just succumbed. We were starving, I mean literally, and we could have gone in the M&S cafe. There were so many places with lovely smells coming our way. Resisted. So that was a win. That was a NSV, a non-scale victory. Whether it'll be a victory when I get on the scales is another matter, because I think I need to address my portion control. It's no secret to me anyway. When I first came out of hospital, I could barely eat anything. Can we just go back to those days? It's so much simpler then. And they wouldn't allow me to diet. They were shoving me full of calories. So sad. The one time it would have really benefited me, but it would have not benefited me in terms of healing. So they weren't really up for it. Sadly. This is my life, you know. When it would drop off me, not allowed. Really sick. So let's see what the pussycat's got to say about it all today, shall we? I think we're on a new subject. Unless I didn't... Oh, yeah. They'd be so much happier if they were neutered. I did read that one about human relations. So what's this one? They would be so much happier, neutered or spayed by a vet. Then there would be no need for them to chase after other humans. Instead, they could concentrate on having a loving relationship with a cat. If only we could do it to them before they did it to us. It's true, we do it against their will, don't we? Poor little pussies. But then, it's a good thing, otherwise we'd have loads of kittens. I love kittens. I wouldn't give them away, that's the trouble. Wouldn't part with them if they were mine. Movie quote of the day. This house is clean. Was Poltergeist, Tangina, as a character name. So, Linda Fairbrother got it, Trina, Julie, Karen, Carol and Jane. Woohoo! And Carrie asked me what gammon was. Well, gammon is bacon, but it's a thick steak of bacon. They do them with fat around, which I never buy, but they're just usually circular or can be oval, and they're about this thick, and they're just bacon, and we have smoked. So then I would fried it on one side, then turned it over, did the other side, and they cook it through. It's like a little gammon steak, so it's a bacon steak basically. That's gammon. So this movie quote, this is an old movie, and something I said the other day made me think of this movie, and I've totally forgotten about it, so I've got to try and get this one. No, that's what I call good quality H2O. Props! Way! That's what I call good quality H2O. Just in case you don't understand it. Now that's what I call good high quality H2O. That's what I call high quality H2O. See, just in case you can't understand my ramblings. That's it, guys. That's the movie quote. I love that film. I did. Absolutely. It's got one of my favourite actresses in. Well, I'd say my favourite actress is in that movie. I really love everything she does. Brilliant. So, I'm going to get off and upload this, and I will have my breakfast because my stomach is growling, and see how my workmen are doing. Make them a cup of tea. So watch out on Crochet Rocks for my yarn haul, and I'll show you what I bought in Hobbycraft if you want to see it. So thanks very much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.